Hey everyone, I'm Harry. Get ready for tonight's story, because it's one you won't forget. This one's called Bloody Portrait. Maggie had always been fascinated by old houses. When she inherited her aunt's mansion on the outskirts of town, she was thrilled. The house was a masterpiece, grand, elegant, but also unsettling. It had been abandoned for years, and the locals whispered strange stories about it. Some said the house was haunted by spirits. Others claimed that the portrait of her great-grandfather, hanging in the dining room, had a life of its own. No one had ever dared to explain what that meant. But Maggie didn't believe in ghosts. She was modern, pragmatic, and ready to move into her new home. The first few days were peaceful. She spent her time cleaning, exploring the old furniture, and finding forgotten treasures hidden in dusty corners. But on the fourth night, something strange happened. She was in the dining room, admiring the old portrait of her great-grandfather. It was an eerie painting. His cold, piercing eyes seemed to follow her wherever she went in the room. She laughed it off, thinking it was just the angle of the light. That night, Maggie couldn't sleep. She kept hearing footsteps in the hall, faint whispers, and a strange tapping sound, like a knock on wood. At first, she thought it was just the house settling, but as the noises grew louder, she realized something wasn't right. She went to the dining room and froze. The portrait had changed. Blood was dripping from the eyes of the man in the painting. It was fresh, as if it had been painted that very night. Panicked, Maggie turned away. But as she did, she caught a glimpse of the hallway mirror. In the reflection, standing behind her, was the figure of a man, tall, dark, watching her. His face was covered in blood. She spun around. No one was there. Frantic, she ran to the front door to escape, but it wouldn't open. The handle turned, but it felt as if something was holding it shut from the other side. That's when she heard it. A voice. Soft, hissing. "Why did you return?" Maggie stumbled back, her heart pounding in her chest. She looked at the portrait again. This time, the man in the painting was smiling. But it wasn't a smile of warmth. It was sinister. The blood continued to drip, staining the canvas. Suddenly, Maggie felt a cold hand on her shoulder. She screamed, but her voice was swallowed by the silence of the house. The last thing she saw before the darkness consumed her was the portrait now completely covered in blood, the man's eyes locked onto hers. That's all for tonight. If you're still feeling the chills, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more spine-chilling stories. I'm Harry, and don't forget, sometimes it's the portraits that watch you back.